Hi there, it's Oriana from Pilates, collaborating with Dharma Bum Active. I am a qualified personal trainer and Pilates instructor with Polestar Pilates, so any of the instructions that I give you is part of my certification. Today, what I want to focus on a lot is the hips and the mobility and strength of our lower body. I'm going to be taking you through some exercises that focuses on what we call the side series or side kick series. So for our warm up, I'll just get us to come down onto the mat. We're going to go into a little bit of a stretch, just lengthening out through our spine and then coming down onto our back so we can create that nice warm mobility and circumduction and circling around through the hips. So just coming down here, reaching forward, sitting back onto your heels. I don't mind if you have your knees closer together or abducted wide on your mat, just whatever's comfortable. And we're just going to come down and go into your breath. So I want you to reach forward, sinking down in towards the mat with your chest, taking a couple of breaths in through the nose and then out from our mouth. Relax. One more time, take a deep breath in through your nose and a nice deep breath out to relax. Then coming from here, come up, and we'll just go into a little bit of a high knee position. So bring the legs in closer together and kneel up. I'm just going to move back so that I can prepare to lunge forward. So I'm going to ask you to lunge one leg in front, sit up so the front foot is stable, the knee and ankles in line with each other, and lean in so that you feel that nice reach coming from the back of that hip there, and bring that arm up on the same side, reaching over and diagonally just stretching out here. So we get a nice stretch into that side on the back leg. Dropping into the hip. Perfect. Just getting a nice active warm area coming into these hips. As I said, my focus for today's session is to really bring in quite a bit of mobility and strength in that area. So placing our hands, one on each side of the front foot on the mat. What I'm going to get you to do here is just prepare, walk the arms back, the hands come back, and then just stretching out, bring in a little bit of length into that front leg. And then we'll walk forward again. So we come into that hip one more time before we change legs. Perfect. So just step back, switch your legs over. As we did before, align the legs so the front leg, the heel and the knee is relatively stacked on top of each other as you lean in. And then we're going to bring the arm up, the same as we did on the other side, towards the ceiling and then come over diagonally, just reaching over. For a nice deep breath in and out. And then come out of that side reach. Bring the hands on the mat, one on each side of the front foot, pushing the pelvis a little bit deeper into that stretch through the back leg, and then get ready to walk back again. We come into a bit of a nice long hamstring stretch here through the front leg and prepare to walk forward again. Just holding that stretch here. One more time. Perfect. Lovely. Now, before we come down onto the mat, I want us to sit. So just come into a seated position. Bring the legs forward. And we're just going to sit. And I want you to hug the front of your shins or the front of the legs. Keep the feet planted on the floor. And just scoot so you're drawing your belly in and round your spine out as you pull away from your legs. Just so we can kind of stretch across the upper back and the shoulders. Holding that nice stretched out position here. And then coming out of that position, sitting up nice and tall, bring the legs into a diamond position. And then I'm going to ask you to just stretch out the left leg as we place the right foot in closer to your pubic bone. And you're sitting nice and tall on your sit bone here. So we're not slouched at all. We're going to take the body, so the arms can just come out to the side and twist towards the bent knee. And then come across, bringing that top arm over your head as you reach for the bottom toe. Just hold that stretch on that rotation, feeling that top waist. Now come into that stretch by rotating and leaning forward here. So we've got our chest now facing the front thigh and then reaching here again. A nice open front leg here. Then walking our hands back to come up. Let's get ready. Just do a changeover with your legs, bringing the opposite one in, the other one out. Bring the arms out again, twist away or towards the bent knee, and then come across diagonally on this side. So we're reaching across. And then from here, twist again, rotating your chest towards your front thigh, coming down, leaning into that stretch a little bit deeper. So we feel that a little bit more through the back of that hamstring as we're facing in towards that thigh. Perfect. Lovely. And then get ready to come out of the stretch. And we're just going to change our position, getting ready to come down onto the mat, lying on your back. So coming down onto the mat, just keep the feet on the floor, rolling back, and then draw the knees in towards your chest. What I'm going to get you to do is guide the legs with our hands. What I want you to do is circle the legs out wide and draw them back in. So it's a nice big turn, and the arms play an important role in this movement to guide the legs, circling out, abducting, and adding them back in. So we'll go for 2 more turns in this direction. And then once you come back into the center, turn but in the opposite direction. Nice big turns. Breathing through the movement. One more time. Perfect. And then pause it here and just hug the knees in towards your chest. Letting go of the left leg. So stretch the left leg along the ground. Relax it on the ground. And we're just going to bring the right leg and cross it over. So do a little bit of a lumbar twist here. Placing that leg on the ground. Try and keep your shoulders, if you can, connected to the floor. Getting that nice twist coming through the bottom of the back towards the hips and the glute. And then we're going to come back into the middle, bringing that knee back in, and then change legs, bringing the opposite leg up. Let's repeat that again. Come across the body again. Here, stretching out, rotating on the opposite side through here. And then returning your body back into the center, drawing it in. Perfect. And then hugging both knees in. Ready to come up. So just press the feet to the floor to rock up. And we're going to go into what's called a side lift position. So lying on your side, I'm going to get you to bend the bottom knee and then place the bottom arm so the elbow is stacked underneath the shoulder and our hips are stacked from here. And then lifting out of the shoulder, make sure the hips are stacked. Okay, and we're just going to lift up and then back down, just so that you're able to identify the setup from the shoulders. The shoulder doesn't sink or lift, it stays the same. Now let's bring in the bottom leg. So the bottom leg is also stretched. And our heels are stacked and our hips are stacked. We want our heels in line with our sit bones, and we're lifting out of the shoulder like I demonstrated and explained earlier. Our hips are stacked. We're going to raise the top leg so the ankle, knee, and hip are in line with each other, and just stretch by pointing the toes on the top leg. So we're stretching and reaching away. The leg is long as we circle it. So we're going to go into some circles. Try and think of a dinner plate size circle, 5 turns in this direction. Okay, without moving the pelvis. Now pause once you finish 5, and then get ready to change the direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Perfect. Now let's go from here. What you're going to do is actually turn that leg out so that the toes are on the bottom leg. And I want you to rotate it without tipping your hips. And then shave up the seam of the bottom leg. So you're shaving up. And then from here, we extend the leg up to the ceiling and then draw it back down. So that's the movement. Try and keep the hips stacked. Coming up, shave up, and then stretch, and then come back down. Now we can add a little bit of variation with our feet. It's called footwork. So pointing your toes is a plantar flexed foot. Plantar flexed, stretch. Now dorsiflex is pressing into the heel to come down. So plantar flex, come up, point, flex, down. 2 more. Come up, stretch, flex, down. Last one. Coming up, stretch, flex, and then back down. Now our next kick is actually kicking the leg up first. Start from the top, plantar flex, and shaving downwards. Now watch the shoulder, don't sink. So kick up, bend from the top, coming back down. Again, kick up, bend from the top, shave down. 3 more. Up, point, down, strong in my support shoulder, hips are stacked as we move through these kicks. Last one. Down, and then come back down to rest. Now, before we switch sides, what I'm going to get you to do is bend the bottom knee, bring it in, and take the back leg behind. So now we're in Mermaid Legs, and I want you to now stretch the arm you were just leaning on and swoop it out and around. So we do a little bit of blood flow into the arm. And you could add a little bit more coordination with the opposite arm. So coming around, swoop, down, change, swoop, and then coming over, and then round. One more time to finish. Perfect. Now let's change over to the opposite side. So this time, coming across on our opposite arm, I'm going to bring the elbow again underneath that shoulder, set up nice and strong. Hips are stacked here, and then just reaching the top leg out so we can get that set up here through that arm. Coming into the hip raise and down. We'll just do one more just to make sure we're set. Hip raises up and then back down to the ground. Now taking both legs, we're going to stretch them out. Heels are stacked, hips are stacked, lifting out of that side so we don't sink into the shoulder. Start with that top leg up, pointing the toes to add that length. Now circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Stable pelvis. Now go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and for 1. Perfect. Now from here, take the leg down, turn out on this side, shaving up the side of your leg. Get ready, stretch it up, flex the foot, and come down. Hips are stacked. Shave up again, coming up, flex and down. And again, shave up, kick, flex, down. 3 more. Coming up, kick, flex, down. 2 more. Coming up, kick, flex, down. Last one with this kick, stretch, flex, back down. Still strong here, not sinking. Change the kick. Up we go from the top, bend and down. And again, coming up, kick here and back down. 4 more. Up, bend, straight down. Up, bend, straight down. 2 to go. Up, bend, straight down. Last one. Up, bend, and straight down to finish. So coming into that mermaid seat again, So bringing the bottom foot forward, back foot behind, getting ready, reaching over, swoop it around, bring the other arm around, and then come back again. Swoop around, and over. 2 more. This is more for a little bit of circulation from the arm that we were just leaning into. Coming back. Perfect. To the beginning here. Now we're going to change. We're going to come into what's called the high kneeling position for what's called kneeling kick. So coming up onto the knees. Make sure you don't have anything in the way, okay, that you're going to kick into. So we'll start. I'm just going to bring my arm, the arm that's coming on the floor underneath my shoulder as I stretch out the leg that I'm going to kick. My hand is just going to be on my hips. I'm going to come in so that I'm not up here, but I'm leaning in, bringing my hip forward from my knee on an angle. I'm going to take the top leg, and what I want to do is kick it forward, breathe out, come back, and then push my hips so that they're now stacked and in front. So kick in front, and then stack, kick in front, stack, 2 more, kick in front, stack, last one, kick in front, stack, and now land that leg down, and then coming up just to stretch. So from here, we're going to stretch out, shave down the leg that was moving in the kick, and then reach over our head for a stretch. Perfect. And then change legs. So getting ready. So remember, we don't want to be upright. We want to be slightly forward. So we take that hand here on an angle. So my hips are not there. They're a little bit more forward on an angle from my knees. Getting ready to kick. Come back, hips stacked. Kick, hips stacked. Kick, hips stacked. Kick, stack, 2 more. Stack, last one. And stack. Perfect. Now land that leg on the ground. Getting ready from here. So that leg is on a nice stretch out, and then bring that arm over my head. Perfect. Wonderful. Awesome. So that concludes our session, coming into that side kick series and side lying series. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.